my name is Dan, and I'd like to thank you for tuning in for this video. This is going to be a brief review of the George R.R. Martin's Game of Thrones, the graphic novelizations. This is going to be volumes 3 and 4. If you're wondering what I thought of volumes 1 and 2, you can look at my main page, and also I think I'll put the link to that video down below. I have to apologize up front, it is not one of my better review videos, just for the simple matter of the fact that it was like when I was getting an early start in my YouTube channel, and I kind of had to make videos on the fly, and I did make it while in my car. So it's not the best quality, but if you want to know a little bit about volumes 1 and 2, it's there. So I'm apologizing now, it's not the greatest video. But anyways, let's get on with what I thought of volumes 3 and 4. First up, I'm going to show you guys volume 3. This is a Dynamite produced comic, and I have to say that this is probably the best material I've seen come out of Dynamite Comics. And let's face it, Dynamite is a small independent company, and they really don't put out great material, but Game of Thrones seems to be their best quality work so far. I have to say, I'm not a fan of the TV show, and I'm not saying that like I hate the show or something. I've just never watched it. I've seen like maybe 2 episodes. I saw the first episode, and I happened to flip through the channels, and I caught another episode one time. I just haven't had the time to sit down and watch it. I do own the books, like I think 3 or 4 of the books in the series, but I'm so intimidated by the size of them that I haven't read them yet. And that was kind of the reason why, when I saw that these were available in graphic novel form, I decided to pick them up. Now, I do have to say, I originally had thought that these were a prequel to the book series, but after reading these, I think that this is just a graphic novelization of the first book, The Game of Thrones. Because the pages are quite thick, so they're not really, it's not really that much of a read to read these. And I think that this is the first book broken down into 5 volumes. I think they're up to 5 volumes now. I do not know if there are going to be any more volumes than that. I just know that at the time of filming this, and as far as I know, there are 5 volumes for the Game of Thrones comic series. Now, Volume 3 picks up immediately where Volume 2 left off. And it's kind of, you know, it's about the war between all the different families who are seeking the throne. So it's kind of interesting at times. It gets kind of, you know, kind of confusing trying to keep up with everything. But I do think the artwork was really good in this, and I have to be careful what I show you guys because, like the HBO series, it is quite graphic. It does contain nudity and violence and all that, but I did really enjoy this. I did only rate Volume 3 3 out of 5 stars. It was just kind of more political type stuff and like a little bit of background on some of the main players. So yeah, I just thought this one was okay, and I rated it 3 out of 5 stars. After that, I immediately started reading Volume 4. Now this one, I think, is where the story really starts to pick up, and I have to say I enjoyed this one much more. This one it has more, like, battles in it, like, a little more action, and things are starting to come to a close, it seems like. I'm just saying this, and I have not seen the show. I haven't watched the show, and I haven't read the books, so this is only coming from the point of view of having read the graphic novels. But I really did like this one. I thought this was kind of neat. I did rate this one 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. And if you are a fan of the show, I've heard people say that they thought that the graphic novel was a little more in-depth than what they had shown in the TV series. And someone else had said about the books that this was a little more, you know, it helped give them a visual for, you know, what they were reading. But yeah, I really enjoyed Volume 4. I have to say that Volume 4 was my favorite of all of the 4 volumes that I've read so far, I did rate this one 4 out of 5 stars. I'm going to show you a little more of the artwork, because the artwork for this is beautiful. And it does, of course, each volume contains a making of and how they came up with different sketches and stuff. So if you're really interested in seeing the sketches, they're there. I really didn't look at the sketches part, but I did enjoy this one. And I would recommend, if you are a fan of the TV series, or maybe you've read the books, but you want to, you know, just check them out, just for the hell of checking them out, I would definitely recommend this. I mean, these are good graphic novelizations. Sometimes you get books that get turned into graphic novels and they're just okay, or they're not that great. But I think Dynamite did a pretty good job with this, so I would definitely recommend these. If you like the video, please like it. If you are not already a subscriber and you like to find out about other graphic novels or comics that you might not have heard of, please subscribe to my channel. I do weekly wrap-ups of comics, and that's the majority of what I read are comics, trades, and graphic novels. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.